Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. Saw a rumor yesterday about the Hart Foundation. Hey, the Hitman, Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Here we are. We're in that awkward time period between WWE's Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber. I don't think that Hall of Fame tickets have gone on sale, but just about every year I can think of, by now, we at least know who WWE's main eventer is going to be at the Hall of Fame. Whether, in the years past, that's been Macho Man Randy Savage, it's been Diesel, Goldberg, Shawn Michaels, Edge, the guy who basically is going to sell the tickets to go to the Hall of Fame. After WrestleMania 31, I made a quick in and out at the Hall of Fame. I never went back. They started putting it on the network. It was a live show. We could go back to the hotel and we could watch it. And I felt like we didn't miss anything. We can go to another wrestling show like the WrestleCon Super Show. And I always felt like the Super Show was better than the Hall of Fame was anyways. And it seemed like it was a more fun time to go actually watch wrestling instead of seeing people talk about wrestling. But we don't have that main eventer. And some people think that it's made in the shade that Undertaker is going to go into the Hall of Fame. I think that if Undertaker was going to go in the Hall of Fame, they definitely would have named that by now. I think that maybe a lot like WrestleMania 26, they're kind of scrambling to find out who that Hall of Fame main event guy is going to be. At 26, of course, they thought that it was just going to be the Ultimate Warrior. They were going to ask him. He was going to say yes. They asked him. He said no. That Hall of Fame main event guy ended up being Ted DiBiase, and it was a letdown. Now, when it comes to the Hart Foundation, Jim the Anvil Neidhart just passed away. Bret Hart, he's still with us. Natalya could be the one to sort of, help do the induction speech. And then Bret Hart can come out and accept the honor for him and Jim. And it's a way to get Bret back into the fold. Bret is pretty outspoken about WWE. He's sort of, I guess you can say, inside of the family, but is very outspoken about things that he doesn't like that goes on in WWE. And one of those things is that Triple H is basically in charge. Anytime Bret gets a chance to take a shot at Triple H, he takes it. And WWE sort of just lets it roll off the chin and just basically says it's Bret being Bret, and it is what it is. Now, I think that a lot like when Chyna passed away, it's sort of the Hart Foundation, Jim the Anvil Neidhart is sort of the hot thing that there is. Would it be a good story for them to go into the Hall of Fame? Yeah, it would, but I don't think that it's a lock for them to do it. Now, Natalya is on the roster. Natalya is a part of, Total Divas. They could play that up on the show. They could play it up on Raw. They could, she's on Raw. They could play that up pretty big. So that is a storyline that they could go for, and it would also help out E. Now, to me, honestly, I think that there's names out there, I don't want to say Edge and Christian, but I mean, definitely Demolition is a name that should be going into the WWE's Hall of Fame. There's probably names out there that could go in from, the NWA, WCW era. We had the Dudleys go in. It's like every year we have a tag team go in to the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to think who the hell it was last year. It was the Rock and Roll Express, I think, or something like that. But so to sum it up, I think it'd be a good story. I gotta go move a fountain with my neighbor, but I'd be really surprised. I remember last year I made a video about Jeff Jarrett thinking it wasn't gonna happen, and it happened. So yeah, I could be wrong, but I just don't think it's going to happen this time for the Hart Foundation. Hey, the Hitman.